Firstly, can I just get your views as to the conduct of the elections on Saturday? Observers say they're the cleanest elections ever held in Nigeria. Do you concur?
I think I do. It certainly has been clean. It's been as fair as was expected. I'm not exactly sure whether it's the best, especially given the overwhelming persuasion here that the 1993 elections were perhaps the best we've had.
I mean, obviously there have been pockets of violence, sporadic cases. Should we be reading into them at all, or can we just dismiss them as aberrations?
I think these are scattered incidents of violence. I don't think they in any way tarnish either the process or the outcome of the process. I think given the size of the country and given the very, very fierce contention for political power in Nigeria because of the patronages that go with it, we should expect such scattered violence.
And can INEC give certainties that some of the logistical problems encountered that delayed this parliamentary poll twice over have now been addressed, because the parliamentary elections are seen as a litmus test for the heavily contested presidential elections to come?
I think the election on Saturday tend to suggest, at least in the places where the elections held, that the Electoral Commission has gotten its act together. We expect that since it has another 1 week to prepare for the presidential and perhaps the most crucial elections, that it should do better in terms of the logistics. There were a number of complaints, especially arising from the difficulties with finding your name on the voters register, and then delays in getting electoral materials to some of the outflung voting centers. But on the whole, I think INEC appears to have acquitted itself.
Right. Let's talk about results that have started trickling through, and we must admit it's early days, so it's not conclusive. But already the parliamentary poll suggests that the ruling PDP may have lost its grip on power. What does that tell us, just by way of a rising sentiment in Nigeria at the moment?
Well, I think that these are early days yet, even if, as you say, the results that we've gotten so far do suggest that the PDP is losing ground. I am perhaps surprised that the PDP has done as well as it has. I think what has made this look a bit bleak for the PDP is because a number of its top flight National Assembly members, including big-weight senators, have lost their seats. But I think ultimately we expect that the PDP would still have a simple majority in the Senate, which is very crucial, meaning that we expect that the PDP would have more than 50% of the members of the Senate. It may not do as well in the House of Representatives, but the question you ask really is the grip that they had on the National Assembly for the last 12 years, what did it do with it? Not so much.
Let's talk about what are electoral issues that drive the body politic in Nigeria. The economy seems to be performing well, and authorities are quite bullish about the growth prospects of the economy. But every time I'm in Nigeria, the ordinary Nigerian in the street says, show me this growth. I need my own material circumstances to change. Does that influence possibly the decision?
I think it does in a number of ways. I mean, take, for instance, the commercial capital of Lagos, where the governor here appears to be the most popular politician in Nigeria. I think that is on the back of the excellent job that he has done in transforming the infrastructure in Lagos, and on the back of that, creating thousands of jobs as well, and giving hope to people that if he's re-elected, that more of that would happen. And perhaps he'll be able to address the challenges in some other areas as well. The challenge that you see against or to the PDP in a number of regions in Nigeria, I think, arise essentially out of the disenchantment that people have had with, as you had said earlier, the almost total control of the PDP in many regions, but which has not translated into better life for the people. I think that people are demanding that politicians perform better. I think one interesting dimension to this election is that perhaps for the first time Nigerians are finding that indeed their votes can count and that their voice can be heard. And so they're really asking questions of the politicians.
Right. Let's talk about broader reforms post these elections, and let's not try to influence the outcome. But we do know that this parliament that may change in its complexion was busy with a series of energy reforms and also legislation around the petroleum industry bill, where the passage now falls into the new tenure. Are we likely to see any reversals of key economic legislation, or will we see continuity?
It's unlikely that we will see reversals in key legislations, especially because there is none among them that is really so controversial to create a fear that there will be reversals. I imagine that there will be continuity in a number of ways. Perhaps the most prominent of these legislations is the PIB, the one that you alluded to, the one that seeks to reform the petroleum industry in Nigeria, which is still pending in the National Assembly. The President has promised that he would have that passed into law before the new government is sworn in on the 29th of May. Some people still believe that that can still happen, but only time will tell. We do not expect that any major reversal would happen. In fact, we expect a strengthening of legislations that have helped to push the reform agenda of this government.
And finally, simply put, are these the costliest elections Nigeria's ever conducted?
I have absolutely no doubt in my mind. I have covered every election since 1979, and I believe these are the costliest. But perhaps, again, one positive out of this is that we appear to be hearing the right noises from the president, and that is translating into what may turn out to be a very free and fair elections.